Hello everybody, SpiritGaming here, and today I would actually like to make a video about the fighter class, what he is good at, what he's bad at, I guess, his pros and cons as well. Maybe I will touch upon the difficulty of this class as well. It has to do a lot with the difficulty, so I guess if you're new to the game, you will be good at something else that and when you learn the game well. So yeah, but before the video starts, guys, I would definitely yeah, you can see probably now on the screen the timestamp of where the video actually starts, because I want to talk to you guys a bit about my video schedule and the videos this week that I'm gonna make, that they won't be the best quality and they will probably come out later than usual. Some IRL reasons, I guess, and also a very good reason. Another very good reason is the thing that I'm the most excited for, and that is I'm getting a new PC, so I need to set it up this week. I need to set up the streaming software, the monitors right here. I will have two monitors right now. I bought a monitor as well. The microphone still will be the same, I guess, but yeah, I need to set up recording software, streaming software, editing software, and so on and so forth. I need to download a lot of stuff as well, so the videos might come out later than usual. And this week's videos might not be the best in terms of knowledge and quality, but I'm gonna definitely try my best. So yeah, I guess let's get into the video right now. And I guess sorry guys for not being able to post as much as I usually did. But yeah, let's get into the video finally. So what are fighters good at, and are they good at, I guess, what are the pros, right? They are very good in terms of dealing damage. Damage class, definitely. Excuse me, damage class. When it comes to dungeons, they are pretty good. Not the best class. In terms of Drown Slayer and let's say Clash of Swords, they are probably the best class if you master them. As I said, I mentioned in the video, like earlier in the video, I will kinda explain why in some things it won't be the best if you don't learn this class correctly. So bear with me, I guess. So when you're good at this class, you will actually be very good in PvE and PvP both. Very good at. Sometimes even in 1v1s you win even against Blade Masters. In PvE dungeons you have an easy time if you learn this class. But for the beginners out there that don't, I guess, and for the casuals that don't have enough time to actually learn this class won't be that good in PvP. And it won't be that good in PvE. So if you're a casual and you don't want to learn a difficult class, this class does not even have the option to play auto mode that well, okay? So if you have autoed in PvP and PvE both, it's not gonna work that well with this class. But as I said, for those tryhards out there like me, who want to learn a new class, who want to spend a lot of time learning a class, I pretty much recommend this class to you. When it comes to, I guess, let's go back in PvE. As I said, if you learn this class, you will do definitely more damage than Gunslinger in Drown Slayer and Clash of Swords. When it comes to PvE dungeons, even if you learn it, you won't be as good as Assassins though. Assassin is just unbeatable when it comes to soloing dungeons. Why is that? So this class does have an immunity, I guess. One immunity which doesn't proc that often, I guess. One important thing to keep in mind is to charge up before any boss, before any fight that you can. Charge as much as possible, just so you have that immunity like right there before you die. So that's one thing. The other pros, I guess, would be that he has a lot of damage, a lot of survivability actually, even though he doesn't have the immunity as much as other people. He has giant strength, which will basically let him be even tankier than most than all of our classes except Blade Masters, I guess. But he won't have that much, I guess, immunity, although still he does have immunity, so that's a pro. It's not a con, it's a pro. So that's one pro, I guess. Immunity, he has survivability, he has a lot of mobility as well, a lot of damage. I guess I will put up on the screen the pros right now that I mentioned. When it comes to, I guess, tanking in PvE, he is not the best. Although he is a melee class, he has some ranged, I guess, attacks when it comes to Black Fist Punch, and when it comes to this pet right here, he can do some ranged attack as well. a lot of burst damage as well, not just DPS, a lot of burst damage as well. He has CC immunity, he has most of the things a class needs, I guess, right? But he does have a big learning curve, which we will talk about in the cons. For the Pve Pros, we have, he has CC immunity again, right? He has CC immunity, and another pro, if you learn this class and you make it so you have CC immunity all the time, you are gonna be a beast in PvP. A very big beast in PvP. In 1v1s, they are probably second best when it comes to 1v1s. First is gonna be Blade Master, definitely. But after that, it's gonna be a fighter, because he counters actually every single range class. Like every single attack of his actually dashes, not dodges, I guess, dashes to enemy targets, which will make this class unkiteable unless the fighter that's playing is bad and doesn't utilize his dodge actually, which is very important to utilize it with this class. So yeah, when it comes to other pros in PvP, I guess group PvP, they aren't that bad, but with the new, I guess this is a con, I will talk about the cons in depth later. Now there's a bug that's going around where you actually can switch, you do switch between targets a lot and you cannot focus on one when it comes to group PvP. But he does a lot of damage, like in Ladder of Honor I did a lot of damage, when it comes to bombs you do a lot of damage, so this is a damaging class that has a lot of CC immunity, although it's a bit riskier because he goes in melee form, right? So that is basically it. He has a pro, I guess, is the robot, basically giving him another HP. If you play it right, you will have like a lot of tankiness as well, and a lot of damage, a lot of CC as well. You have CC immunity in robot and both in giant strength, so that's awesome, I guess. In PvP you can have Onikatsu, you will use Onikatsu most definitely, which will reset the cooldown of giant strength and give you like 20 seconds more combined CC immunity, and then you'll probably go into robot to have even 28 more seconds of immunity. So yeah, this class has a lot of CC immunity, but does he have like immunity from damage? Only from the robot, right? Because when the robot gets damage, you don't. That's another pro, I guess. You don't get damage, but he doesn't have that much immunity to damage. Okay, so that's basically it. I guess I will state the pros right here on the screen right now, that I mentioned all of them, which are probably in PvE. He has a lot of survivability, DPS, he has OT range. As I said, dungeons, he's pretty easy to do, but if you don't know the class, then it's probably gonna be harder. When it comes to PvP, strong DPS again, mobility, a lot of CC immunity and survivability when you count the robot. Very good in 1v1s, not the best at the moment in group PvP just because of that bug, but when it gets fixed, he will be one of the better classes in group PvP as well. So yeah, both for PvP and PvE, this class is pretty okay in my opinion. Cons, now let's get to the cons, where people will actually get mad at me. So in PvE, this class cannot tank as much as, let's say, Blade Masters, and even Assassin can actually tank more than this guy because of his immunity to damage. This class only has the giant strength, shield amount, or I guess defense increase amount, and his pet robot, which is a Titan. So that's basically it from tanking. Another thing is, I guess, another con, I guess, for PvE is that if you mess up a lot of the combos, you won't get the most damage. So that is where learning the class or the skill gap between other classes comes in place, which is a con, I guess, because yeah, if you do learn the class, it's gonna be good, but most people don't really want to bother with that in this game, especially for those casuals. It's gonna be pretty hard for you to play if you don't want to spend at least like an hour a day learning about this class. So let's say you want to learn all of the combos that you can do, all of the skill combos that you can do, all of the abilities that this class has, the combinations, the different skill rotations that you can do, the talent builds, everything like that. So it's gonna take a long time before you learn this class, which is a con, I guess. When it comes to, let's say, Blade Master, it's super easy. You basically can learn it in a day of playing it. But when it comes to this class, it's way harder than that. In PvP especially, but for PvE as well. So that's why I will put the difficulty in both PvE and PvP, I guess. But another con in PvE, I guess, you don't have that amount of good auto damage. I guess you can't auto the game as much, which for some people is actually a pro, but for the casuals out there, it's definitely gonna be a con, right? It's definitely gonna be a bad thing, because you can't really set it up to where you want the class to do the combos you exactly want it to do, right? So it's gonna be pretty hard to play it as an auto class when it comes to Blade Master, when it comes to Gunslinger. Assassin not that much as well. Soul Dancer is pretty easy to play as an auto player. So yeah, compared to those classes, this is a con, I guess, when it comes to the auto play. Again, even in PvE, the targeting system is bugged right now, so even in PvE that's a con, I guess. So yeah, that's basically it. When it comes to the PvP cons, if you don't, first of all, it's way harder to play than any other class out there, and if you mess up your skill order and you let your Titan die easily, and he is dead when you won't have God Strength or Onikatsu, you will either die or you will have to go out of the fight, which means you lose a lot of damage that way. So even if you die, you lose a lot of damage, and even if you run away from the fight, you will lose a lot of damage. So it's a lose-lose for both, I guess, for both of the occasions, or I don't know what to say it in English, right? But yeah, it's not like Blade Master's Void, where you can just sit there and be CC immune all the time. You actually need to time your skills very well in terms to playing this class if you want to play it at the highest level possible, which in PvP, as I said, you can't right now. The biggest con at the moment for this class is the target switching, which is very bad. Yeah, but once they fix it, this class might be top 3, I guess. Something else for a con, I guess, as I said, if your robot dies, you're useless, I guess. What else? You also, the skill gap between other classes, I will mention it again. You must do the combos, which is way harder in PvP, I guess. In PvE it's pretty easy to do, especially in Dragon Slayer and Clash of Swords, but when it comes to PvP, it's not the easiest thing to do, to count your buff, to count the seconds in your buff, to know what skill you have used last, what combo you have used last, to actually buff up your Fury combo. You want to time your skills perfectly, otherwise, yeah, it's not gonna be the best. Although, yeah, I guess those are the cons, right? There are probably, leave in the comments if I missed some pros and cons, please guys, that would be awesome for feedback. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I will list the pros and cons right now on the screen. I guess I will edit it. I think I will have time to edit it, so yeah. But that is pretty much it, guys. Overall, this class is pretty good both for PvE and PvP. It's gonna be way better in PvP when the target switching gets fixed, I guess. So yeah, survivability good, damage awesome, mobility good too. You have CC immunity, and yeah, basically if you want to play a melee gunslinger, you should go with this class. If you like to play Blade Master, this class is not the best for you because you don't have the same tankiness as Blade Master. So yeah, that's basically, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for understanding. If you actually heard the part where I talk about my video and streaming schedule, I guess a bit, I guess you can hear it now. I won't be posting that good videos, I guess, this week. I'm getting a few things sorted out, but after that we will have even better quality videos and streams especially. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Leave in the comments below what you think are other pros, what you think are other cons, so on and so forth. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching for the 3rd time, and yeah, bye bye guys. Leave a sub if you enjoyed the video as well. Bye bye.